approximately halfway across Australia. I think you could loosely say that. We're now coming up to a place called Iron Knob, which you probably understand why. Looks like they're mining iron over there.
Ferrous oxide, yeah.
Ferrous oxide.
You can see it's been stripped. It's got to remove the whole mountain by the look of it, slowly.
It's hot. It's quite nice outlook. We've passed lots of fields with wheat. Again, you seem to be in a lot of the wheat belts and everything. Kimber was quite a very pleasant little town in the middle of nowhere, and it offered us the first camping free site that we've been on. Okay, there was a moron who came back from the pub and was quite loud later on, but I suppose you've got to take the rough with the smooth. The majority of people were just normal travellers, and it was very nice to actually have somewhere for free for a change. So the only issue with that is that we have to turn the fridge off, but it didn't do too bad, did it? It's the right.
I mean, we turned the fridge off late on overnight, switched it back on in the morning, just because I'm not sure. I think the batteries are connected in the house battery and the van battery connected wrong, but
yeah,
it's only me being paranoid.
Better safe than sorry anyway.
Do you want to wake up to a flat battery?
No, we don't want that, yeah. So heading now up to the top where Port Augusta, so Iron Knob, Port Augusta, coming round down to Port Perie, possibly, we probably won't get much further than that, and then eventually down to Port Wakefield, and then into Adelaide and around. So that's the plan. So there we go. See you later.
See you later.
So we left Port Perie and now we're heading to a place called Burra, which I think is on the wine routes, certain wine routes. It actually wasn't the plan. We were going to be heading towards Adelade, but we quickly found out that there is nothing, no sites available right down the coastline to Adelade. We wondered why until a lady said that it's the bank holiday weekend for the Adelaide Cup, so that's why everywhere is booked out. So we had to change our plan and come inland a bit. So we're at Port Perie there, and we've elected to go over to Burra over there. Instead we should have been coming down this highway here, but there's just nothing. We've managed to book in to Adelade for 5 nights from Monday, so we're heading inland to Burra. Unfortunately it's a 40-degree weekend, so inland it will probably be a bit higher, so we're not exactly looking forward to it. But you have to take what we can get, and let's hope there's a tree and a bit of shade.
As long as there's a pub that's got AC, we'll be fine.
And yeah, and a pub, which I think we know it has. So there we go. See you later.
Just devil or someone driving. See you there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been driving for an hour, and we're crossing the hills and everything. There's the pipelines. Guess where the water comes from? Pipelines just follow the roads everywhere. And yeah, just missed a little dust devil, but it's very, very hot, and we're only now 24 minutes away. And looking actually on the map to where Burra is, we've just come through Spalding, and you think it's quite built up. As you can see, I mean, we're still in the middle of nowhere essentially, but God, it's hot, and we know there's a pub, so can't wait to get there and have a shower, and hopefully it'll be nice and cold. But lots of places think there's a ruined house just there. We just passed quite a few of them, so it's very difficult to survive out here. Maybe that was before the pipelines, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we passed over a big river, and the bridge going over it was quite spectacular. I think this is it here, well, certainly part of the channel, but it's dry. Everywhere is dry.
Bone dry.
Bone dry. Yeah. So there we go. So yeah, carry on.
Bank holiday weekend, which we didn't know about, which is the Adelade Cup, which is a horse race.
Yeah.
Everywhere's booked out, so we're about halfway between Port Augusta and Adelaide, about 250 kilometres inland from the coast. It's brutally hot, 36 or something, but
yeah,
up here...
I think they did say it was going to be 42 today,
Yeah.
but I don't think it is at the moment.
Anyway, we're up
But
here.
there's quite a stiff breeze.
It's cooler with the breeze. Anyway, look at this. Talk about being back in Cornwall. So, this is the mine. It used to be a proper mine, you know, mine shaft layers, and they would, after corn, they were looking for copper. Copper ore was the mine. That's what they were recovering. It became unviable when the price of copper dropped.
It's like a mini Dorothy.
Excuse me. So what they did, they just dug the top off and made it open cast. So down there, this is the crushing plant that used to be 2 boilers. They dug a tunnel up here to this, and this was the draft for the chimney for the crushing plant. 2 Cornish boilers down there, crushing plant. Then they've got a winding house there, and there was the chimney for the boilers for the winding house, and cables running back to put in the carts, etc., from the quarry.
There's the town just down here.
Going to be windy. Yeah. There's the town of Burra, which is very beautiful. I don't know what elevation we're on here, but we're pretty high up. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's, almost desert and whatever around. And then the town of trees are so lush, you know, it's a gem in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
It is. Anyway, we're going to move round to the engine house and the winding house. Yeah.
They're doing diving in there as well, just like they used to do in deep diving. They say it's deep.
We'll find out very soon.
Anyway,
we're going in. We'll catch you on the next bit. See you in a sec. So we've just made a little bit more altitude. Not far from the Red Roof and Truro. It's a Cornish mining town for copper. This is the town down here called Burra. Our campsite's just down there in that valley. Some beautiful buildings, and I don't know why, but there's a jail in Red Roof. Don't know whether that tells us something or not. But yeah, what a stunning place. It's going to get a bit windy, but I'll just pan you around. Red Roof and Red Roof Jail. What's all that about? Anyway, we're going to drop down to the mine. See you in a bit. So we're about half a mile away from the mine now. So the mine's down there, winding engine and that crushing place and the 2 chimneys for the 2 engines. But here is where they kept the explosives for the mine. And look at this for a bit of Cornish engineering. the powder magazine. Judy's locked in. But
It's gonna blow.
yeah. But look at this out. So it's walled, obviously. But look at this building. Look at the buttresses. The walls, we reckon, are about 1.5 metres thick, if you look from the inside and the outside. And the roof is actually built with an arch stonework, so there's no, like tin roof on it or anything. Look at that. So, would it contain the blast? I don't know. Let's have a look inside. Look at the how it was constructed. Built to last, and it did. Anyway, we're moving on.
Moving on.
And maybe to the winding house next. So it's Australia's oldest mine building, 1847. Just a bit of interest. They were taking 20,000 tonnes of material out the mine every year, and in that 20,000 tonnes, 35% of it was copper. So obviously quite a valuable asset in the day. Anyway, we're moving on, we'll catch you in a bit. No, so we're just about to go into the winding engine house. This was where we had the big beam engine pump, because it was below the water table, so they were pumping forever trying to, get the ore out. But this is just part of the flue, which is obviously broken away. So the boilers were down there, so the heat from the boiler, the fire, whatever. This is just the flue. So that away, we can't get there obviously, would take you to the back end of the boilers, where the fire would come out the back, and then this flue underground would continue up the hill, and you can just see light at the end of the tunnel because the chimney's collapsed, and the chimney would be at the other end to get a massive draw for the Cornish boilers. 6 of them, by the way. So yeah, all built by Cornishmen, and a lot of the equipment, the boilers for sure, and I think the first original engine was actually transported from Cornwall, made in Cornwall. Wow. It's obviously the commodity of copper was incredible. Anyway, we're going to have a look inside the engine house. We'll be back directly. So we're inside the first level. Unfortunately, the engine's long gone. It was a Newcomen engine, so this would have been the 4 studs that hold the cylinder base down on the ground. But what they've done is they've built a working model of Newcomen's beam engine, and they've done an absolutely beautiful job. Whoever built this, spot on. So there's the cylinder. Obviously steam goes in, you put a bit of water in there, creates an incredible vacuum, pulls the piston down, rocks the beam, which moves the pump, and we've still got, I haven't got a torch, but it's a long way down. I think it's 80 metres, isn't it? Something. The lake, okay. So, yeah, lovely job. Yeah, very well, very well made, and obviously lift the water up. Eventually, it would come out the trough and it would run away somewhere. Beautiful. So, yeah, all down to Newcomen. Beautiful. Anyway, we're going to explore the rest of it, and we'll catch you in a short while.
It's a bit hot.
Cool in here though. So it's about the immigration or the migration of the Cornish miners who migrated to Australia. So probably when they left Camborne around 1910 started to decline, whatever, they were all filtering across. Some went to America, some went to South Africa, but all was down at the bottom of the deepest mines. You was going to find a Cornishman. So in fact they've got quite a few images. I mean, this wheel coat's in Cornwall, so all copied from that original design. These are where we are at the moment in this area, or in this area here. And then Redruth and Poole, the restored engines. Levant, Metallic.
We've come all this way to
see these. And we've been down here. We've done all these, but not these. Yeah, Callington in South Australia, and again Kapunda in South Australia.
And then Perrin.
And there we go, Perrin Foundry, we know where that is, near the Norway, the big foundry that made all these big castings for all the... Instead of this is a WIM engine, this is unusual. Instead of it being a beam pump, so we've still got Newcomen's...
wall is there.
Yeah, we've still got Newcomen's device here, you know, injecting steam, then injecting a bit of water to... Okay, but instead of lifting a pump up and down, we've got it connected to a crank, and this now becomes the winding engine, and this is the up and down WIM.
You're not going to have enough time to...
Yeah, okay. And we're going up one more level. So we're now on the top level. Unfortunately, the lifting beam and the pivot beam and all that's gone. Obviously the beam would have been here, rocking back and two, out this slot. And then the drop pole would be here, straight down into the shaft, lifting the water up, down that gully and away somewhere, down the hill. And there in front of us is the mine, obviously now flooded. Originally was a shaft mine, then converted to open cast. And we reckon...
Well, they use it for training divers now.
Yeah.
It's 80
odd metres deep, so like Dorothea Quarry, which is a slate quarry in North Wales, where we used to do some diver training because it's so deep and clear. Fantastic for doing deep water diver training. Anyway, we're going to have a look at that. We won't be diving it today. Certainly won't be doing 80 metres if we were. Though we have done 60 metres in Dorothea. Shh. Yeah, we'll catch you later, folks. So the last bit before we head off, there's the mine in its entirety. Sweeps right back here. So we're there. Obviously the engine house, winding house is up the top there. Still got copper mineralisation in it, but the price of copper would have to go up considerably before it would be viable again to shift some of that water to get some out of it. So we're moving on, I don't know where we're going.
So next stop is Bon Accord Mining Complex Museum.
Bon Accord. Bon accordion, I'll play me accordion later. So we'll see you in a short while, folks. So we've just driven out from Burra.
Yeah.
We've driven through Clare, a beautiful little wine town, really.
We're in the Clare Valley.
Clare Valley, so we're just having a little cruise round some of the vineyards, eventually making our way to Mintaro. It's a historic town, so see what that's all about.
37 degrees.
It's a bit
We've
warm
got our
today.
water, but we've got to get another
We're
one.
running low.
We've got 2 more in the freezer, don't panic.
And we know where the pub is in Mintaro. So we'll catch you in Mintaro.
So we're at Paulette's
In the Clare Valley.
in the Clare Valley, a winery.
So we're in the whites.
We've elected tasting of whites and reds. So we've got the whites first. This is a beautiful view. The outlook is fabulous.
So this is what we're trying, the
And that's what we've picked, we've elected.
sparkling
Yep,
Riesling.
and that's what they are there.
a Chardonnay, another Riesling, and another Riesling.
Yep, and they're the reds that we're going to have. Still right.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, and then
Oh,
we
and there they go.
as well.
Sorry, we're taking
No,
our time
you're
here.
okay, don't stress. We'll do it like this. That way you can start your whites and work your way to your reds.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the
Yep, we can
no,
see.
wrong. That's the first one.
Right. Yep. And we have to take them from this way and work that way. So
This
we
is
know
one
what they
I've
are.
never had before. What is that one?
Adelade, December 22, so you won't have had it before.
No, but I mean it's a Syria.
Syria.
So yeah. And just in case you're
Muscat.
interested,
30. No, it's that one that's 120.
yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay, we've now come out of Riley's. There's Riley's. I don't know if they're open but that was where we were recommended to go, Bri. So whether you want to turn back and...
Yeah, we can
so we're
walk
now in
around.
Mintaro, a state heritage town. It's supposed to be extremely pretty, which I'm sure it is by the looks of... As we've come in, there's the hotel, which we've got to stop at.
The
And she said
Magpie and
Riley's was opposite it, so I don't know if the cellar door is there, Bri, or not. She said it was opposite.
Yeah, it's open.
Well, we'll have to go now, and we'll speak
Wine
to you a little
tastings,
later.
they're
Bye for now. Okay, so we've just been out of town, and we're just heading back. Matriarch and Rogue. That's another cellar door. Unfortunately, we got it. We've just missed. It's 4 o'clock now. We've just missed the
Cellar doors
cellar door
closed.
for Royley's. To be sure.
But we've just found a house we're buying.
Yeah, but we've seen somewhere. It seems to be
Got its own little vineyard.
vines with everything. Buildings are absolutely beautiful.
And here it is.
And this is JB's new house. So
It's
that's
got its
the
own
entrance.
water tank.
There it is, old earth. Don't go too far. Oh yeah, oh the water tank there, yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Even a little dog thing outside. Yeah. That's lovely.
And there's a creek next door.
Right, it's the creek.
Here it is.
Elephants round the tree.
Elders Creek.
Yeah. Yep, we'll have that.
And if we can't afford it,
What's
here's
in the creek? Oh, no, there's nothing in the creek actually.
And here, if we can't
afford that,
here's the other
We'll
one.
try for this one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a possibility, Bri. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's a fixer-upper.
Yeah, just a tad fixer-upper. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, beautiful.
Here's the
Beautiful.
heritage accommodation if you want to stay here. Airbnb.
Yeah. Mintaro Airbnb. Yeah, Jolly's Rest. We're on, is it Jolly Road? This road?
Jolly Road is the
Because
top
we,
road.
and I know why
And
it's called that, because we stopped at the at Paulette's winery for tastings, and we actually are quite jolly. You look at the watering on the bowling green.
Oh yeah,
Gosh,
Bowling Green's
Yeah.
a bit bald.
Yeah.
And here's the other fixer-upper.
Yeah, and so if we can't afford that other one, then yeah, this one's a possibility. Actually, Bri, I think someone's got it. So, look at that beautiful tree as well. Gorgeous tree. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Used to be a carpenter. fantastic. And yeah, so we've done a bit of it.
The Devonshire House.
Yep, Devonshire House. What a pretty little place.
Here's the
Absolutely stunning. Look at those houses
post
there.
office.
Look at that tree there as well, Mintaro Mews.
There's your postie.
There's the postie. Yeah.
And here's the War Memorial and the Memorial.
Yeah.
The Town Hall.
Town Hall and War Memorial. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, the bit we're interested in, we're just
Well, we're
coming
not
up
going to get past it, are we? As we need a drinky.
the Magpie Stump.
Magpie Stump. Yep.
There she blows.
There she is. And
Open all day.
Magpie Stump Hotel.
Crowded, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, very busy.
Full of kids.
Yeah, and that's what we could have had and just missed. Never mind. Probably best. And there's the Magpie.
We're going into it now.
Yeah.
Parking under the tree.
You found a tree to park under, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just seek out the shade. I know it's unheard of in the UK, Judith looking for shade, but boy oh boy, it's 37 today, and last night I think it dropped to 29 degrees and just never slept. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, there we go. Things to do. Okay, this is just a tester because
No, don't do it. It's
a
good.
little bird flew out and we had to brake quite badly, but we managed and we're safe. And yeah, still in beautiful countryside. So we left Burra this morning and we've come through the, well, we're actually following what is called the Epicurean Way, and we've just entered the Barossa Valley now. So we should see a lot of wineries, Barossa Winery Estates, that's that one. And this is sort of the, where we're sort of heading down that brown route.
Towards Truro.
Towards Truro, yes, we'll be in Truro very soon. There was a sign for Truro.
A lot of Cornish names around here.
Yes, we just come through Capunda, which isn't a Cornish name, and that was in a mining town.
Copper, wasn't it, Jim?
Copper, yeah, and it had a big statue of the statue to the Cornishman. So that was interesting. Truro, I might have mentioned this earlier, I'm not sure, but Truro is famous for murders. There was a serial killer and there were 6 women found murdered there, so yeah, hopefully times moved on. It's a happier place. But yes, so there's vineyards, vines for as far as you can see. Coming over this hill, what's there? Yeah. So, catch you again shortly. We're not stopping in the Burra, I don't think. We might stop briefly if there's something that really looks interesting. Otherwise, we just head straight into Adelade for 2 o'clock-ish. See you later. Well, we've just passed Penfolds. That's a good old Australian wine brewer, distiller, whatever you call it. And the place is just Vintners, that's right, yeah. And just everywhere is just vines, and you come across the odd beautiful building or house or something like that, the winery places. Obviously, there's a lot of money in vines.
And in irrigation.
Irrigation, yeah.
And here's an example.
Who's this one?
Stonewell. Look at the reservoir they've got.
Yeah, they line them as well. They don't normally. Well, there it is there, but yeah, they don't normally line the water holes. But it's obviously that much of a precious commodity around here that they do, and obviously pays off in the beautiful wines that they produce. Apparently there is I read somewhere there's a glut of red wine in Australia.
Turn left onto Smith Road.
And there's a debate on what they should do
with that.
Certainly can. We certainly can. Righty-ho. Next stop. There's Adelaide. Dropping down on the other side now.
See the ocean.
And there's the ocean. And next stop, campsite. Well, maybe a pub for a drink. It's been driving for ages. Very thirsty. Sometime.
Yeah. I'll have to use the brakes.
Yes, please. Yeah. Oh, it's the flatlands of Adelaide and the coast.